Hello everyone. Good evening. I am Chandrasekhar from Saral Accounts team. Along with me, my teammate Mr. Parmesh has also joined for this demo. I welcome everyone for this demo of newly developed software, newly developed feature in Saral Accounts, that is file-to-file data transfer. So this feature is specifically developed for auditors and CAs to ease their job. So currently the existing whatever we have process is client has to send data backup or whatever the details required to audit our GST returns. He has to send by Skype or mail or through pen drive to CA. So this method has some disadvantages. As we can see, auditor has to visit client place every month, or client can send data through Skype or mail, and he has to wait till he gets the audited file back, and then he can start the transactions. So to avoid all these things, we have developed our software feature, so file to file online data transfer. So advantages of our feature is, so data will be transferred in real time. So whenever the customer enters the data, it will be ported to auditor system. Similarly, we can edit, modify the client data and can sync. It will be in both sides, and no manual intervention is required. And auditor can continue his GST returns part and whatever expenses and all, he can continue, and client can do his billing without even stopping. So, and the data will be safe for the client. So as you can see here, so we have the CA system at one location and client system at different location. The basic condition is there should be Sorrel accounts installed in both the systems. So that is the basic condition. Data will be transferred both the sides with internet connection. So let's see. So what are the basic things we have to take care, and what are the process, and how is the data security and all. So we are we are doing masters and transaction exchange through JSON or through API. So data JSON file won't be saved in any of the cloud. So we won't be saving any data directly. It will be ported from client to auditor and auditor to client. So both the sites it will be ported. So we won't be saving any data in cloud. So if any system goes offline, then data will be in hold. Then whenever it connected to internet, the systems, whatever, whoever the system, auditor system or customer system, it will be next ported whenever the internet is available. So, and data size, coming to data size, we will be sending through JSON. So it will be in KBs. So we won't need to bother about the data size and all, and internet data, whatever we connect from mobile or through internet providers. So then, so what kind of transaction we are going to port in this method? So we will be porting new transactions and new masters, whatever created from client system, or else in auditor system, whatever the changes auditor does, it will be ported to customer system. It will be exchanged, data will be exchanged. So similarly, we can will transfer edited masters and transactions also. Whatever the changes auditor will do, it will be synced to customer system, and whatever the customer does in party names or transactions, it will be synced to auditor system, and data exchange will be in both the sides. Similarly, main option, what if I delete the data? So here we have done like, so if customer deletes the data, some data, so we'll notify the receiver end, that is auditor end. We'll notify auditor that he has deleted so and so bills, and we'll give it for approval. So let's see what are the basic things we have to do, and how it works in Saral account system. As you can see in the image, so customer will be having Saral accounts file, which we is going on to enter all the details, transactions, what he does. So we have to at first we have to share that particular file to auditor, and then auditor has to restore for the first time only. So this is for first time. So here you can see in image. So I have taken customer, auditor has taken customer's file, and he will be restoring it in the customer's database name or any name if you wanted to identify that particular customer. So first, after restoring, we'll be moving on to next step. So this step has to be done in both auditor and client system, that is registration. First, we have to connect both auditor and client system. First basic thing to do is, so we have to register for web or data exchange. So here we'll be giving those settings in general settings. So we'll re-enter our email ID and mobile number, and we'll be getting OTP. So then we'll register for our data exchange method. So later we'll see how data will exchange and how handshake happens between two files. This is the first setting. So in next few settings, 2-3 steps, we will be connected to auditor system and client will be connected to both the sides. So this has to be done in auditor and both client systems. So after registration, so we have to enable client auditor peer-to-peer setting. So this we have to do, and we have to select, and just we have to save it. So, and we have also will get one ID which is generated by us. So next, in the next step, I'll be explaining about the ID. So next step, so we have to click. So in the previous screen, you can see data synchronization settings. We are doing a connection with the receiver, and we are setting some options over here. So this is manual sync and auto syncing options are there. We have two types. So manual syncing, either I can do it by day end or whatever time auditor requires, or else I can keep it for auto syncing, which is real time. So next, moving on to next setting in the same tab, we'll be connecting auditor file and client file here. So this is the main and final setting in this process. So we have already will get GST number of client. It will be already selected. No need to enter that. We just have to mention our receiver's partner ID. Whatever I get from partner, whatever I get from my file, I have to share it with auditor, and whatever auditor has to get, it will be shared to customer. Now it is, let's assume my ID is 3410 and I have got, so receiver ID as something else. It will be unique. It will be provided by us. So this is how we'll be connecting, establishing connection once the ID is entered. So whenever we will be notified that file is online, both the files are online. Our file is also online, and connected file is also online. So let's move on to software. What are all the basic settings we have done, and we'll see how data will be ported to auditor system and client system. So as I said, so we'll move on to this one. So as a customer, I'll be presenting this demo as customer, and Mr. Parmesh will be presenting as an auditor. Okay. So as a customer, I have created one file. So, and I have to do some transactions, and I have to create some masters. So I have done everything. So here I have done settings like whatever I have explained in the earlier phases. So in presentation, I have got one ID, and I have registered, and I have enabled data synchronization, and I have selected client to client, client to auditor, file transfer. So later I have done some settings over here. I have kept auto syncing with 1 minute. This will be in real time. Whatever the data I enter, it will be synced to auditor system. So these are the settings which I explained in previous steps. 3 steps will be there to connect to auditor system. So as a customer, as a customer, what I'll do, I'll be creating my masters, ledger masters, item masters, and other thing, whatever in point of customer. So I'll be creating all those things. So first, I can create my items, and I can create my ledgers. For we have, since we have option of this ledger import, I'll just import the data. So then we'll see how data will be ported to auditor system. So by meantime, Mr. Parmesh has already connected to my file, and he'll show the rest part. So I'll just import the items, ledgers. So these are my ledgers. I'll just import. So I'll get my imported data over here. So I have imported all these things. So similarly, I'll import item master. I'm doing this as customer point of view. Whatever the customer clients will enter in his database, I'll be doing those things. So my items are imported and I'm closing it. So here we can see I have created all these items and I have created ledgers. As a customer, next I'll be entering my purchase transactions, sales transactions, all those things. For that too, I have created some Excel templates and I'll import the data. So let me import purchase transactions. So I'm importing purchases. So 5 bills imported successfully. So we can see in purchase entry itself, or else we can go to purchase register and we can see. So this is my data I have entered right now. So let's import sales transactions also. So I have imported sales also. We'll see sales register also. I have done transactions for the month of April. So here you can see whatever the data is imported. So now I have done all the entries required for auditor and all. So here we can see one more option. So next, moving on to next option. So we have provided data sync home screen. Similar to our regular home screen, we have also provided data synchronization home screen where you can access all the data synchronization settings and options provided. Our log will be there. So here you can see settings, whatever I have done in general settings, it will be accessible from here itself. And we have data sync options, what and all the transactions we can port to auditor file. So we have the settings of those things. So, and we have send data log. So this is the main thing, whatever I have created. So ledgers and items, here you can see it is ported now. So 415, 416, 414. So now whenever I create, it will be ported. At 414, I have entered ledger master and it is ported. And then I have created items, it is ported. So likewise, we'll be getting this one. So we have the data. So and at 416, my purchases are also synced. So and my sales are also synced to auditor file. So this will be the sent log. So and now Mr. Parmesh will present as an auditor. He'll be sharing his screen and whatever the data I have created over here, it will be synced. It is already sent from my side. So let's see how it is imported in client file, auditor file. So he'll be presenting as auditor. Over to you, Mr. Parmesh. Yeah, as you can see, this is the file created by auditor. So Mr. Parmesh will be connecting in a while. So here you can see auditor has created file in the name of Sri Sai Traders Auditor. So for his identification, he has created like this. So in customer system, it was created in name of Sri Sai Traders itself. So coming to his settings, so auditor also enabled all these settings. So you can see his ID is different and he has connected to client file. So settings are done in both the systems. So here first what we'll see. So in data synchronization home screen, so we'll see received data. So we have received this much of details. So here we can see whatever the item master I have received. So This is the items which are created from client system. So it is ported at this particular time. Here you can see the details, and same we have provided if there is any transaction failed to import. So we can see here in fail to import screens. So these are details. Similarly, I can see these details, purchasers and sales bills. So those will be shown here in received imported data log. So we'll come back to this purchase daybook and sales daybook in this auditor system. So it is already ported. So I'll select April month. So here also it is ported with all the details. So whatever the data client enters, it will be directly ported to auditor system in real time. So what auditor does is, so here you'll see the details. So he'll move on to this GST returns part, and he can move check here. So he'll be checking GST computation details, whatever the transaction client has done. So he'll be checking all those things. So I have opened GST computation view from our GST returns home screen. So it shows like this. So here you can see. So tax wise, whatever the details I have entered as a client. So my purchases and sales will be shown here in GST computation, and you can see the details, what is the refundable amount or carry forward payable for the taxes. So once he is done with the client data, he'll be entering some of the transactions, like auditor will be entering the transactions like expenses, investment and all. So auditor will be transacting like whatever the expenses, rent and professional service taxes, he'll be entering those things. So we'll go to voucher entry and we'll make one entry. Whatever the auditor does entry, he'll do. It will be ported to client file. So I'm doing it in for the month of April itself. So let's select one supplier. So I have enabled TDS for those supplier. So I'll be entering all the details, and I'll be selecting rent. So I have selected auditor office rent. So I'll do my entry. So I'll enter my service account code and ITC amounts. I'll enable all these things. This is the screen we have developed for expenses entry with TDS itself. So in general expenses, we can do these things. So similarly, I'll do one more entry for another party. So I'll be selecting ledger professional charges. These are the charges. I'll enter some amount. So in the same way, I'll select my GST rate and ITC available or not. So I'll enter my service account code and I'll just save these things. Later, all these things can be seen in GST computation itself. So, and here you can see, so in GST computation or GSTR1 view, whichever is required. So auditor will be opening all those things. So this is my GSTR1 view. So I'll be uploading GSTR1 view as an auditor. So he can see the GST computation also. And so we'll move on to GST computation and GSTR2 view. So here they can compare the data uploaded by their suppliers and they can see their details. So we have GSTR2 view and GSTR2 compare and all those things. So auditor will be doing all those things. And let's coming back to GST computation. So here, whatever I entered journal expenses, so professional and rent entries will be coming in inward data. So here you can see whatever the customer does, those entry will be present, and apart from that, so auditor does this will be reflected over here. So now we can create journal voucher for the carry forward or refundable amount. So we have provided option to create journal voucher. So automatically journal voucher will be posted from here itself. So we can see to and go to journal expenses and we can see those details. So it is ported based on our taxes. So it will be posted. So here you can see all the details. So similar here, I have done all these entries, and auditor will be marking some remarks or narration for the bills. So which he receives from his customer. So those he'll be entering in purchases or narration, auditor narration will be there. So he'll be entering all those details. So let's see here. So in other details, as an auditor, I'll mark some narration. So whether it is audited or not, is there any correction? So audited GST return, I'll mention like this. So, and I'll just save. So similarly, I can do it for purchasers or whatever. Yeah. So now transaction is edited. As we can see, auditor has entered his remarks. So it is edited and it should be ported to client system. So now I'll enter one more thing. So it is done. So I'll just save these things. So this is the one. Okay. After all these things, auditor has audited the file and he has done some GST returns and all. So let's move back to customer file. Whatever the details auditor has entered, so we'll see whether it has ported to client file or not. So let's move on to client file again. So coming back to client system, here you can differentiate here. Sri Sai Traders is client file. So here we'll see first whatever the data we have received here. So you can see, as you can see, auditor has done some changes and he has done some entries. So we'll see the details. So he has entered some journal voucher and journal expenses. So all these details will be ported to customer file, client file. No need, there is no need to stop transaction or to send data file to auditor. No, nothing, no manual intervention required for this process. So all the data will be sent from client to auditor. So let's move on to next section. What if the customer or auditor does some changes in ledgers or something? So he'll change some names and he'll edit the transaction. So first we have to see edit. So as auditor has done, as auditor has marked his remarks, so you can see it is already ported over here. So data sync will be in real time. So as a customer, I'll just make some changes in ledger name. So I'll go to NK creditor. I'll make some changes as creditors. So and I'll just save it. So in case of edit, it should be ported to auditor system. Also will make one sales entry. So we'll see. We'll just make one sales entry. So later I'll be showing delete case in this one. I'm doing transaction in month of May. So I have entered this. So let's see what is data sent from here. So let's move on to this auditor file, and there will be showing it, whatever the transaction edited, it will be transaction or master, it will be ported to auditor system. So let's moving back to auditor file. So we have to wait for a minute. So it will be ported again. So I have saved NK Enterprises here. So we have to wait, and it will be ported by the time. So, and we'll check for the sales entry to show the delete part, whatever the delete is there. So it is not yet ported. So I have received in received log. If I check this log, here we can see bill number 485. So bill number 6 485 2020 is received. So let's see this bill number. So bill number 6 I have received. So now what customer does is by mistake he has entered this bill. So he has to notify. So let's move on to customer systems back, and we'll see how delete works. So moving back to customer system. So here customer will be deleting this transaction. So I have deleted the bill number 6 in client system. So here you can see, you can differentiate over here. So I'm moving back to auditor system. So we have to get something. So like whatever we have provided. So moving back to auditor system, we have provided option. So this is the auditor file. We have provided option whenever the transaction or masters is deleted, we'll notify at receiver end, whatever I said earlier in PPT. So we'll be notifying deleted data to receiver end, whether it is auditor or whether it is client, receiver will be notified for this log. So here you can see, so I got my sales bill, whichever as a client it is deleted. So I can see in auditor system whether to delete this transaction or not. So I'll be getting this thing. So if I approve, I can delete, or else I just clear the log and I'll do resave for this transaction. So if I don't want to delete, I just resave this one. So this is how data synchronization will work, and with editing and with delete and with real-time data synchronization. And you can see whatever the data I have edited as a client, so it is synced. So it will take 1 minute. We have provided, since minimum time is 1 minute, we have provided. So it will be synced within a minute. So here you can see whatever the changes I did in that system will be ported here. So this is how we have handled all this data sync from client to auditor. So I hope it was useful. If you have any queries, you can ask now. So thank you.